going to take you around British Columbia's capital city, Victoria, and answer 2 questions on everyone's mind. Are orcas dolphins? And why don't killer whales eat people?
So that's why they'll never eat humans.
Oh, and stick around to the end and we'll show you our favorite RV park ever. This is possibly the very best RV park Leela and I have ever stayed at. This is my first time in Victoria and it's beautiful. Look at this as we're driving down the streets. It's freaking gorgeous. It's very crowded on a Sunday. We brought the kayak. We're gonna go whale watching right now. We're kind of like, hey, we've been doing a lot of see things. Let's do things. We're gonna go whale watching. And the kayak back here, we might hit the harbor after. We'll see if she's seasick or not. We were gonna have tea and crumpets at the Empress, but we ran out of time. So we came here to Fisherman's Wharf and it's super crowded, super busy, and super cool and colorful. I chose the place with the smallest line due to time constraints, so hopefully that wasn't a mistake.
I'm currently scared again because I get really, really seasick. We're gonna be on a boat for 3 hours. I hope that is not the end of my day. So I am not eating lunch today with Trevor because I don't want to have anything. Trevor is eating this. This will be ironic if you're the one that gets sick. Ugh, oh my gosh.
So good, so good.
I'm not too worried. I usually don't get sick very often. Fingers crossed. This is kind of greasy, but looks good. Nothing better to eat before you get on a boat. This is good.
We are still on the hunt for orcas. When we left Washington, we decided we weren't going to find them there. So we first day in Canada and
we're going to get orcas today, man.
Trevor's called places. He's asked so many questions. These guys said 98%. So we're going to see if we are 98 or if we are the other 2%.
This boat? We're not going on that one. That's one of their boats. That's their big one. We're going on this little guy right here. Are you the captain?
I am.
Do you have any advice for us or anything important to say to the world?
Yeah, don't piss me off.
Whoa, now I'm worried.
And then you're going to put your head through the little hole here. This is just the Olympic Mountain Range over here in Washington, US. Sometimes we go over there if there's whales in the area. Go see some American whales sometimes.
American whales.
And you're now in Juan de Fuca Strait going after killer whales. Biggs killer whales, transient killer whales, which incidentally should be right up ahead of us here. This ocean's filled with whales today.
Odds are good we're going to see them?
Yes, I would put them at 100%, but that would be stupid.
Typically when a whale watching boat is stopped in the water,
good sign.
one or two things is happening. One, they have a whale they're looking at, or, you know, they've all ran out of fuel at the same time.
We're on the hunt.
Not sick yet.
Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah.
We see some.
Why the freak am I crying right now?
Those guys are eating primarily salmon. And then we have the offshore ecotype. Those guys are eating shark.
It just keeps getting better and better. We just keep seeing more and more. You can tell. Look at all the cameras out.
The matriarch, they teach their younger, the younger generation what to eat, how to eat it, how to hunt, their language, their dialect, all sorts of stuff like that. So because an orca has never been taught to eat a human, they've been taught to eat, seals and other animals and stuff like that. They'll never be taught to eat a human because they never have been taught. So that knowledge is not going to change unless something drastic happens, evolutionary. So that's why they'll never eat humans.
Jake, our photographer and our guide, after years of training, has learned to summon whales.
Hey, whale! Over here.
Let me show you some of Jake's awesome photos while I share with you something else that Jake taught us that blew our minds. An orca is a dolphin. Orcas and dolphins share similar physical characteristics like teeth, a rounded head and a beak, streamlined bodies, and a melon. Orcas are simply the biggest dolphins. Post in the comments below if you knew that orcas are dolphins. I had no idea.
Okay, that was so much fun. I'm glad we did it.
Thank you guys very much
Lauren,
for
this is
joining
Jake.
us. Yes. Nice to meet you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the whales.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is there when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine.
Laura and our deckhand on our whale watching boat said we should come to Pagliacci's. So that's what we did. And it's kind of hidden. It's on this kind of side street here. But it looks like it's a good call because there's a lot of people here.
Of course, we want to go to Beacon Hill Park. Beacon Hill Park is gorgeous. The breakwater right out Ogden Point where all the cruise ships land. And then also Mystic Beach, China Beach, and maybe the Souk potholes if you can find it. Mystic was named as one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. My favorite, probably just like Close Gonzales Beach. It's just like it's perfectly a nice, beautiful cove, a little sandy beach just out of downtown.
Okay, that's probably 2 more turns, 3 more turns. There we go.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, please. I'll take some cheese on top of my cheese for sure.
Not only were they able to make something that is completely vegetarian for me, also gluten-free with pea protein, which is like my favorite source of protein for a gluten-free noodle. So I'm going to test it right here. Oh man, pesto, fresh pesto, and sun-dried tomatoes. Yum.
I'm not really sure what I got, but it's like tortellini things. Let's see if it's any good. Oh yeah, definitely come here. You're gonna love this, so good. And the bread is amazing, drinks are amazing. This is the place. The food, service, everything was incredible. Colby, our waiter, fantastic. And it's a good thing we got here when we did because look at this line now, it's crazy. If you're on Victoria, in Victoria, you want to come here.
You love Italian
You want to come
food.
here.
This was really such a wonderful experience all around. It is definitely well worth waiting in that line to go and eat there.
We found Canada Cone on the side of the road here, like right by the harbor. A great location, but really good ice cream. You should try this out. Kind of topping off our day.
Probably one of the best things we did is we ate dinner at the one place and then we walked the harbor and we made sure to time it so we could be here at sunset, and then we grabbed dessert at Canada Cones, which if you're in Canada and you don't get a maple walnut, this is the kind to get.
Chocolate forever. You know that amazing shot of my RV leaving the ferry? I put the GoPro on the roof of my truck, and day and a half later, it's still on top of the truck. Over the last week or so, we've had some pretty questionable RV parks we've stayed at, but this one, it looked okay online, but it turned out to be way better in real life. Right now we are in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island in Canada, and holy cow, this park, I don't even know what it's called. What's it called? Living Waters RV Park. And because we have 2 nights here, when I say we, Leela took the time to set this place up, and look what she did back here. This is our little well, it's gonna be the workout room this morning.
Well, I've already done yoga back here this morning. Here's all my yoga stuff, my yoga blanket. And
look how nice this is.
Tom, the homeless guy that told it in Friday Harbor that told us to go to the festival. And so I went to the festival. And that's actually where I found those 3 paintings.
Look at this site. Got Starlink, it's actually working in spite of all these trees. We had it working last night. And we have this huge gravel space. Look at this area. Look at this private area. Gonna get the hot tub going in a few minutes. I'm gonna try to work today. Leela's gonna have a little spa day maybe. Kayak's ready to rock. See if we can get it down there. After I get my workout on, I might join Leela over here in the hot tub. It's been a while since we had a campsite where we could set up like this, so really trying to take advantage of it. This water's probably 104. See this stuff? We brought it with the full intent to work out, I don't know, 4 or 5 days a week on this trip. Been gone about a week, worked out about 0.
Loser.
I'm about to answer the age-old question, is there enough room to row and work out in the back of an RV?
You're still fat.
Look, that's our RV right there. Can you see it? Backs up to this. It's not terrible, right?
Look, Trevor.
What?
Look, it's a seal.
Hey, buddy.
We actually spent one entire day here on the ocean view lot. We started off in space number 131. That was magical, super private. We decided we are going to move our bedroom back here. So we slept in the back of the RV so that we could take advantage of that beautiful
the view. The van life view.
The entire night we slept with the back open, and we woke up like, oh, and I keep waking up to this view and thinking, I don't want to leave.
We got booked for 2 nights, and we didn't think it was possible to stay longer, but it's centrally located, so we're staying. They gave us another site, and we're like, oh no, it's not right at the water, but look at it. This is pretty great. We also have room for Starlink here, and here we're in Canada in a foreign country, and Starlink gets up on this site up here because we're raised at a level higher than the last one and the trees are farther away. Starlink's been pretty great. And over here we have a little food shack and you get coffee and stuff there. We've been on the road for, I don't know, like 10 days and we haven't been shopping once since getting on the road, and yet Leela was still able to pull this together, and I thought we had no food left. I shouldn't doubt. Looks yummy. A super short walk away from us, we have this little beach here where we've launched our kayak. Leela went out here by herself one time.
The crazy part about where we are kayaking right now, the tide goes back and you literally can just walk out here.
See how deep it is. It's happening again. We came out to sea, it was calm, and now look at the ripples. Look at this current. Look at that.
You know what's happening?
We have to get back to there.
Yeah, you know what's happening again? Trevor's taking any excuse not to paddle.
And it's working. We got some wind, so it's blowing us the wrong direction. But Leela's really strong. You guys want to watch her for a while longer? As you guys probably know, I'm terrible at backing this thing up. But they've got like pretty good space. They got nice wide roads. And as we said, the sites are super wide. There's us right there. And this is about how far apart the sites are. They all have hedges in between them. So it's really pretty private. You do have multi-layers because we're on a hill, so you get people that are up here. They can kind of look into our site. But if you look, it's private anyway with the truck and all.
The one place everybody says we need to go to is Tofino. So we are up, ready, early in the morning, and we are headed there. Are we going to surf today, dude? What do you think?
I think maybe.
I think so.
Can you surf?
Hey, I've done it before, so it's been a while. So you know what? How do you know if you don't try?
To see if Tofino's worth a visit and if Leela can shred, you're going to want to click right here.